It is. This is a good day to finish up any last-minute preparations. We are under a hurricane warning region-wide. We will see hurricane-force winds late tonight. Nothing like what they're going to see on the Gulf Coast, but we could get gusts over 80 miles per hour, and that will be something that's a possibility, especially after midnight, and something that could easily knock out the power. The other threat we face this afternoon is the tornado threat, and we're getting a bunch of tornadoes across South Florida. I'll show you that in a second, but Milton, the latest on this, it's a Category 4 hurricane. It's going through a transformation. It was a big, mature Category 5 hurricane as late as earlier this morning, but as it moves northward, it's starting to encounter wind shear, and you can see symptom of that by the clouds being blown to the east more so than to the west. It's lost that concentric satellite presentation, which means it is technically in a weakening state. But as it weakens, the wind field, which was relegated to the inside 80 to 100 miles of the hurricane, will now extend a couple hundred miles. That is the tropical storm force and then the hurricane force winds, providing overall lower wind speeds. It's not going to be 180 mile per hour winds, but more like 70, 80 mile per hour gusts over a larger area. And as it moves northward, it still has all of that deep tropical moisture associated with it, and what that's going to do is interact with the cold front and eventually wring out all of that rain over a lot of our area. This is a look at that cold front. The cold front doing two things. One is it's knocking Milton off of its center, which is going to help to weaken the system. Milton's also moved away from the loop current, which is that very warm water that supercharges hurricanes. And as it gets closer, it's going to essentially kind of be stretched, and in doing so, result in very heavy rain that could rival or surpass the intensity of Hurricane Ian a couple of years ago. And if you did flood during Hurricane Ian, you may flood again tonight with Milton, unfortunately. Use today as an opportunity to shore up your property if you can get some sandbags, and otherwise just keep, remove stuff, put up to a higher level, because this really will likely be more of a flooding event for our area away from the wind. It's still going to get windy. We're still going to have a hurricane. It's just our flood threat's going to be the biggest impact, I think, for our region. As far as Milton goes, by 8 o'clock, it'll be making an approach toward Longboat Key, Anna Maria, Bradenton Beach, and then push ashore, likely just south of Tampa Bay. In doing so, it may spare the bay of the dreaded storm surge. It may keep the surge out of the bay. That would be good news for Tampa, but bad news as you get farther south, of course, for beautiful Anna Maria Longboat all the way down through Lido and then into Sarasota County, Siesta Key Beach, and down toward the beaches of Charlotte and Lee counties, with the storm surge, all those cute beach communities there getting impacted. By 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, it'll be on the same longitude as Orlando and start to make its exit into the Atlantic. The core of the worst weather for us comes in between 3 a.m. and 10 a.m. with torrents of rain, as well as the winds that could start to gust. Right now, we've got some pockets of rain, and look at this moving into Seminole County. Get ready for that. Okay.